Hello and welcome to The Views. Con motivo de las celebraciones del Mes de la Herencia Hispana y como reconocimiento al arduo trabajo de nuestros directores, durante el Mes Nacional de los Directores Escolares, este episodio de The Views podrá ser escuchado en español. Hi, I am Teresa Gomez, Communication Specialist at Channelview ISD. As we wrap up our Hispanic Heritage Month celebrations, we also would like to take a moment to recognize the incredible work of our principals during National Principals Month with this wonderful and special interview. Yo soy Teresa Gómez, especialista en comunicaciones en Channelview ISD. Hoy me acompaña un invitado muy especial, el director de la primaria Hamblen, el señor José López. Él está aquí para compartir su extraordinario viaje lleno de experiencias, determinación y una profunda pasión por la educación. He tenido el privilegio de trabajar con él hace unos años y hoy estoy emocionada de compartir una historia inspiradora con ustedes. Today, we have a special guest joining us, Principal José Lopez from Hamblen Elementary. He's here to share his remarkable journey filled with perseverance, determination, and deep passion for education. I have had the privilege of working with him for a few years, and I can tell you that I am honored to have him here today to share his inspiring story. Bienvenido, Mr. Lopez, y gracias por acompañarme el día de hoy. Welcome, Mr. Lopez, and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez. I appreciate your time and allowing me to speak in this podcast. I am privileged and honored to be a part of this interview.
Let's start by sharing a bit of information about yourself for those who might not know you yet. Empecemos hablando un poco acerca de usted para aquellos que aún no lo conocen.
Well, let me start off just by saying I've been the principal here at Hamblen Elementary for the past 8 years. Actually, this is my 8th year as a principal, and I can tell you that this has been the best job I've ever had. I enjoy working with the students. I love working with the teachers, and especially love working together with our parents to ensure that our students have what they need.
Okay, thank you for sharing that with us, Mr. Lopez. And I hope everyone gets a better understanding of who Mr. Lopez is. And like I said before, I worked with him for a few years, and he has a very interesting and unique story that I would love for him to share with us. Como lo dije anteriormente, tuve el placer de trabajar con él por algunos años y me gustaría que compartiera con nosotros una historia muy interesante que puede inspirar a muchos estudiantes. Así es que, ¿Cómo podemos empezar por ahí, Mr. Lopez?
I come from a large family. I have 7 brothers and sisters, and we grew up in a small town in Far, Texas, almost close to the border. I remember growing up and just being a part of a big family, how it felt, how special it felt to feel that you were welcomed, that you were a part of something bigger. And I think I've always brought that to the things that I do as a principal, bringing people together, working for the same goal. Growing up in a big family did come with some challenges, especially since my parents both migrated from Mexico. My dad was a construction worker. Okay. And many times, as a family, we had some struggles growing up. Like I said, as far as monetary needs, there was always those needs that were present. Buying new things was out of the question. So there were a lot of struggles that we went through. But again, I would not change those experiences for anything in the world.
Correct. I know probably a lot of our students probably face some of those, challenges that you faced. Can you, explain more what exactly did you have to do to finish your education?
Oh, definitely. I want to go back to starting from elementary. I can say that I have traveled the whole United States, okay, but not in the sense that you think on vacation. Growing up, me and my family were migrant workers.
Okay.
So I've went to many states: Michigan, Oregon, Idaho, California, Washington State. And all that was done just so that we can work in the field, so we can support and provide for the family. So I knew at an early age that even though my family was big, they were also depending on the work that I did so that we could continue to move forward. I know when students now talk about summer, right, a lot of them think about, fun, we're going to go here, you're going to do that. But growing up for me, the word summer was like, oh no, I got to go work. So I did finish school, and then from there we had to go work in the fields. Which, again, looking back at it, during that moment wasn't the funnest, but looking back at those experiences, it just kind of makes me think about and the things that I learned and the things that it brought out of me that helped me be the person that I am today.
Thank you, Mr. Lopez. Now, I know a lot of our listeners might not know this, but your path to becoming an educator and principal wasn't that easy. I would like to see if maybe you can tell us a little bit about the difficulties you faced to finish your education.
Definitely. I think growing up, learning about hard work, determination, I think our students now would benefit from knowing that it doesn't matter what you're going through. If you're focused and you are determined to reach a goal, you will reach that goal. One of the things that I do want to tell the students and give them some advice is that it doesn't matter how hard it gets. If you are determined, if you are focused and you have a dream, follow your dream. Don't forget that this is a lot of opportunity. And I can tell you now that because of education, I was able to improve the economic status of my family.
Perfect. Another thing that I would like for you to do now, it's since we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, uh, I want my audience that speaks Spanish to understand your fabulous story that you just shared with me in English. So ahora para toda nuestra audiencia que habla en español y continuamos con las celebraciones del mes de la herencia hispana, me gustaría que si nos puede, por favor, traducir la entrevista que acabamos de hacer ahorita acerca de sus humildes principios que tuvo y todas las dificultades que usted enfrentó.
Claro que sí. Bueno, vamos a estar del principio. Vengo de una familia grande. Somos 7 miembros de la familia, 7 hermanos y 7 hermanas. Creciendo, nunca tuvimos mucho, pero lo que sí teníamos fue la unidad de la familia. Y sabíamos desde muy pequeños que para seguir adelante teníamos que trabajar juntos y tener un sueño de progresar. Desde muy pequeño me tocó trabajar. Empezando en kinder, recuerdo que viajamos a todas partes de Estados Unidos, pero no de vacaciones. Nos íbamos a trabajar a Michigan, a Idaho, California, al estado de Washington, Oregon. Y todo eso me ayudó a mí para entender que el trabajo y las metas que uno tiene te ayudarán a lograr el sueño que tú tengas. Yo siempre les recomiendo a todos que no se den por vencidos. No importa qué tan duro esté el paso o cualquier obstáculo que esté en frente de ustedes, siguiendo adelante, enfocados en lo que quieren, siguiendo trabajando duro, van a lograr lo que sus sueños. So, no se den por vencidos y siempre sigan trabajando, porque al final del tiempo, cuando ustedes menos esperan, van a lograr sus sueños.
Gracias por compartir esa experiencia ahora en español. Ahora me gustaría preguntarle, looking back, how do you think those experiences shaped your philosophy as a principal, Mr. Lopez?
I think those experiences really shaped up the person I am today. My approach to education is mainly based on the experiences that I had as a child. We talked about my childhood work in the fields, but during college, I also had to work. I remember working at a gas station, not night shift, and then getting off at 7 in the morning and going to class at 7:45. Many times by the last class, I was almost falling asleep, but I was not going to give up. I had a dream. I knew that education was my way out. I remember my parents telling me, "Mijo, the only way out is for you to go to school." And my dad used to tell me, "I'm bringing you to work so you can see if you don't get an education, this is what you want to do for the rest of your life." And even in the summer before we even left, he would take me because he was a construction foreman. So I was there doing construction,
Oh, wow.
going to, it was hot in South Texas, 110 weather, working on the summers. And that kind of gave me the push, like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life.
Correct.
There's got to be something different. And they always insisted on me, you have to get an education. We came to this country so that you all can have a better life. And that always stayed with me.
What I find so inspiring is how you didn't let those obstacles stop you. Could you talk about how you kept going when things got a little tough in your life?
I think it was a support system that I had. From a young age, I had my mom, I had my dad, my grandma. I mean, they would always tell me, "Mijo, like you have to
Mhm.
go on. You have to be better than us." And I know that my parents would always tell me, "Our dream is for you to be better than us." And I think that's something that I always took to heart.
Correct.
And I always saw their hard work, everything they did, the values they instilled in me, as
Mhm.
far as being responsible, being honest, being hardworking, and above all, helping other people.
Correct.
That's something that my mom, I'm always going to take that from my mom. She would always tell me, "Mijo, aunque no tenga, siempre trata de ayudar," which means even if you might not have something, but you should always try to help other people. And I think that's one of the things that got me to a lot of things, a lot of situations, how I deal with them
Mhm.
has to do because of what values my parents instilled in me.
Awesome. Thank you. Lo que me parece tan inspirador de esta historia que nos acaba de contar Mr. López es los obstáculos que tuvo que pasar y todo eso no lo detuvo para seguir adelante. ¿Nos pudiera contar la historia acerca de cómo pasó esos obstáculos para seguir adelante?
Pues como todo, ¿verdad? Con la ayuda de mis padres, mi mamá, mi papá, mi abuelita, de muy temprana edad siempre me inculcaron esos valores de trabajar duro, de ser responsable y sobre todo ser honesto. Y siempre, siempre, no importa en qué situación estuviéramos, ayudar a los que menos tenían que nosotros, que a veces no eran muchos, ¿verdad? Pero aunque no tuviéramos, siempre tratábamos de ayudar a los demás. Y eso fue lo que siempre me guió en las decisiones que he tomado en mi vida.
Well said, Mr. López. Ahora, mirando un poco hacia atrás, ¿cómo cree que estas experiencias moldearon su filosofía como director de esta escuela?
When I see the children here, I see myself.
Ujú.
And even though each one of us has different struggles, and I look at my students, I know that each one deserves a future. And I know that education can get them there. Uh,
Correct.
Everything I do as far as supporting our students is in the belief that if they get a high quality education, then they're going to be able to reach their goals. So my main goal, my responsibility, my duty as a principal is to ensure that our students reach their highest potential.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Mr. López. Ahora me gustaría saber qué consejo le daría usted a una persona, por ejemplo, ya sea un estudiante, un nuevo maestro que está pensando en entrar a esta profesión. ¿Qué consejos le daría si está pasando por una situación similar a la que usted vivió?
El consejo es que siempre es ver adelante. Siempre va a haber obstáculos, siempre va a haber unas razones por que uno puede decir, no, no puedo hacerlo por esto o por otro.
Ujú.
Pero el triunfo en cualquier cosa que uno hace es siguiendo adelante, de no perder el enfoque, sabiendo que va a haber obstáculos
Ujú.
que en cualquier momento pueden bloquear ese camino, pero siempre hay otros caminos que uno puede seguir para llegar a esa meta. Y nada más determinación, siempre en todo lo que uno hace y siempre creer que se puede lograr. Porque si uno cree en sí mismo, entonces todo es posible.
Claro que sí. Now, I would like to ask you the same question. What advice would you give to a student or to maybe a new fellow educator who are facing similar challenges?
Well,
What advice would you give them?
the same thing, like I said, is just move forward. Keep moving forward in life and in your profession, everything you do. There's always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be problems, but you have to have your goal in mind. You have to be determined and focused and understand that even though you might have some hardships, there's always a way you can get around them. And if you are focused and you are determined, you're going to reach those goals.
Muchas gracias, Mr. López, por compartir su historia con nosotros. Le puedo decir que su testimonio es realmente ejemplar y yo sé que muchas de las personas que nos están oyendo ahorita se van a identificar con su historia, qué tan fuerte tuvo que trabajar, qué difícil fue sus principios para lograr todas sus metas y estar donde está. Le puedo decir gracias por compartir su historia y ahora I can tell you that your testimony is truly inspiring and now that I'm hearing about your journey, I can tell you that it will resonate in so many people in our community. Thank you for everything you do for our students here at Hamblen.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to be here today. Again, I hope my message helps someone. And just remember, always believe in yourself and you will reach your dreams.
Thank you for joining us today. I hope you found Mr. Lopez's story of perseverance as inspiring as I did. His journey reminds us that with determination, we can overcome any challenge. A special thanks to Mr. Lopez for sharing his experience with us. And thank you all for listening. Be sure to subscribe for more stories from our school district. Until next time. Gracias por acompañarnos hoy. Espero que hayan encontrado tan inspiradora como yo la historia de perseverancia del señor López. Su trayectoria nos recuerda que con determinación podemos superar cualquier desafío. Un agradecimiento especial al señor López por compartir su experiencia con nosotros y gracias a todos por escuchar. No olviden suscribirse para más historias de nuestro distrito. Hasta la próxima.